at Gamescom, we made the rover work. For the first time, we showed it properly to the public. So as people have seen in the previous ATV, the design radically changed from the previous one, but that's because we changed the metrics of a lot of stuff over the years. It was really interesting because, well, we had to look at all stuff to make it work in a new way, like we did for the ships years ago. So the thing is that the Dragonfly is something that is pretty cool because you're on a bike, but the rover is another kind of cool because, well, this is the first real ground vehicle. This is an all-in-one, which means that obviously you can put 2 people in it at the front, but you can also put 4 people at the back on top of that, or you can replace those 4 people at the back with 4 cargo units. You can use a turret at the top, and you can basically go in some places that the Dragonfly wouldn't be really interesting to use because the Dragonfly is floating. But, well, you're using a vehicle, you're on the ground, you will do some nice jumps, or you will do some going into some places like the canyon in Amstead, which was really interesting. Whatever. And we had some challenges for animations because obviously you're using a wheel and not just a joystick or something like that. We had some issues as well with VFX because obviously when you're going on a planet, you will have to see some dust coming from the tires, this kind of stuff. So yeah, we can see the lights as well, obviously reacting to the dirt VFX. So for example, if we go in the shadows, we can see the lights here. On the sand, it will behave differently than if it is on metal, for example. It will behave differently if it's going up and down hills or if it's on a flat surface. In third person, basically, we can see that it's a bit difficult to turn there, which is due to the material of the landing pad. But if we go on the dirt here, this is way different to turn. There's a bit of drift, for example, but also it's a bit easier to turn. So it will be, we will have to constantly try to find the friction, the good friction for every kind of surface. In CryEngine, we have to balance vehicles a different way, like the center of gravity, how it will drift, the speed, the weight of the rover, this kind of stuff. Should it be bouncing around? Should it be going forward when it does a jump? This kind of stuff. It's staying close to the ground, but we can tweak the mass on everything like this. So we can see that it's still physicalized right now. I know that Chris really liked the rover, like he liked the Dragonfly, so this won't be the last ground vehicle that we will make in the game, and hopefully this will be something really interesting to look forward, like whether it's race vehicles or utilitarian vehicles like trucks or whatever, or even offensive vehicles like, obviously, well, military stuff that we don't know what we will make right now, but this is a really interesting process. So obviously it's not completely finished yet because you will get the final product in 3.0, but it's really interesting, and obviously feedback is important, whether it's from other designers, from QA, from Chris, from players when it will be available. So I'm really looking forward with what the players will do with the rover, because, well, this obviously will lead some interesting stuff, whether it's some really cool views or some really cool videos, or some as well, obviously, some new bugs that we will have to look at and fix that, because this is really the first true ground vehicle in Star Citizen.